They wanted to break you. They wanted to silence you, to bury you under the weight of their schemes and lies. But here you stand, breathing, not because they spared you, but because you refused to die. Every scar they left, every insult they hurled, they weren't their victories. They were your reminders of who you are. You are not here to beg for understanding or mercy. You are here to remind them that you do not need saving. They sit in judgment, pretending to be gods their own court, yet their crowns are forged from betrayal, their thrones perched on the backs of those they have crushed. They look at you like you are small, like you are powerless, but it's in their hatred, in their underestimation, that you find your strength. Let me tell you something about pain. It doesn't destroy you, it sharpens you. It doesn't drown you, it teaches you how to swim. You were born into a world that looked at you as a joke, as a mistake. You were laughed at before you could even stand, judged before you could even speak. And when you loved, when you trusted, you gave them everything you had. You were loyal to a fault, only to find knives in your back and poison in your cup. They taught you a lesson. Never give someone the blade they'll use to cut you down. And now every scar on your body, every crack in your armor is a story they helped write. But here's the irony. Those very scars, those fractures, they're what make me unbreakable. They thought betrayal would end you. They thought isolation would destroy you. But isolation isn't punishment. It's freedom. You were cast aside, treated as an outsider, a reject, and yet, in the darkness of your solitude, you learned the greatest truth. You don't need anyone's approval to exist, to rise, to conquer. There's a funny thing about pain. It's the great equalizer. It strips away the masks, the lies, the false power. Pain doesn't care about your titles, your riches, or your reputation. It just is, and it was in pain that you find clarity. While they laughed in their golden halls, you fought battles in the shadows. While they drank to my failures, you sharpened your wit, your resolve, your defiance. They thought the fire you lit around you would consume you, but it forged you instead. They look at you now and think you are here to fight for what they stole from me, but you want nothing of theirs, not their power, not their pity, not even their acknowledgement. Your survival is your victory. Their mile-scarred, weary, defiant is your revenge. And here's what terrifies them. You have learned to turn pain into power, and that is something they will never understand. They fear what they can't control, and they can't control someone who has nothing left to lose. Everything they have done, every plot, every betrayal was meant to destroy you. But they failed, and they hate that. They hate that after all the attempts to bury you, you still stand taller than them. They hate that their approval means nothing to you. They think power is in wealth, in armies, in fear. But real power is in survival. Real power is looking into the eyes of the ones who tried to destroy you and smiling, not because you've forgiven them, but because you've outlasted them. You didn't rise to prove them wrong. You rose because you refused to stay down. You rose for yourself, for the strength they thought you didn't have, for the fire they tried to extinguish. And now you walk forward, not as the man they wanted to break, but as the one they couldn't. So go ahead, cling to your illusions of control, thrones of lies. They'll crumble beneath them, as they always do, and you'll still be standing, not because of their mercy, but in spite of it. To those who watch, those who listen, remember this: they will try to break you. They will betray you, mock you, push you into the shadows. But the shadows are where strength is born. Let them think they've won. Let them laugh. Let them gloat. And when they look again, they'll see the one thing they never expected: the smile of someone who survived. Someone who turned their pain into power. That smile isn't for them. It's for you. Wear it with pride, and watch as the world realizes far too late that they couldn't stop you. This is your story. This is your rise. And they're not ready for it.